Okay, let's call the meeting to order. It's the special meeting. First thing is public input, if there is any from the public. Hearing none, we'll move to the next item on the agenda, which is the disclosure of the executive session vote pursuant to Rhode Island General Law 4246-5.
Yep, and I'll handle that agenda item. And if there's anybody on the line right now who's not muted, if you could mute your line. A lot of static.
A lot of static.
Yep, great. Okay. Good afternoon. On November 30th, 2020, the Bristol County Water Authority's Board of Directors convened in a special meeting at 6:00 p.m. 8 board members were present. Alan Klepper, chairperson, Bill Gosselin, vice chairperson, John Janetto, Gina McDonald, Tom Craig, Bob Martin, Juan Mariscal, and Chris Stanley. Also present were Pam Marchand, the executive director and chief engineer, and myself, Joseph Keogh, the Bristol County Water Authority's legal counsel. The meeting was conducted via Zoom pursuant to Governor Gina Raimondo's executive order related to the COVID pandemic that permits the board to meet via video conference. During the meeting, the board entered executive session pursuant to RIGL section 42-46-5A1 for discussions related to the job performance and character of executive director candidates, and RIGL section 42-46-5A7 related to the investment of public funds related to the executive director's position. During the executive session, or during the meeting, the board voted to enter into executive session, and that motion was granted, and the board did enter into executive session, during which the eight members present voted unanimously to offer and enter into a contract with Stephen Coutu for the position of executive director and chief engineer, as Pamela Marchand is retiring at the end of February 2021. The contract is for a 3-year term with a starting salary of $145,000 and contains terms reviewed by the board prior to the November 30, 2020 meeting. The vote made in executive session was made by more than 6 members and included at least 1 member from each town as required by the Bristol County Water Authority's authorizing legislation. Mr. Coutu has accepted the contract, and pursuant to RIGL section 42-46-4, the executive session vote is now disclosed, and which completes our first agenda item. And with that, I will turn over the second agenda item to the chairperson, who's on mute.
The announcement then is on, it says the announcement of the executive director and chief engineer. I think you just did that, did you not? You're on mute.
Joe, you're muted.
You're muted.
I disclosed the vote. I'm going to leave the actual announcement to you.
Oh, okay. I'm presuming that we need to take a vote about the announcement.
No.
We don't need to take a
No.
vote. It's
No.
done.
Shouldn't have to.
Okay. It's a delight to welcome Steve Coutu, who is on the screen here, a little diminished with his phone, but we're glad to have you join us. Probably like Biden, we're expecting you to lay out your first 100 days.
Oh. and name my cabinet members as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so
We're delighted
much.
to have you on, and it was a lengthy process, perhaps took longer than we anticipated, but nonetheless well worth the effort. And I think we're all glad to have you aboard. We're looking forward to being able to meet with you in person, obviously, but for the while we'll continue. Have you set a specific time yet for when you will be joining us?
Yes, I believe I agreed to January 18th.
Okay, okay, very good.
So,
In the meantime, I'm sure we'll have some contact with you as we go along.
well, absolutely. You can contact me anytime. And I just want to just say briefly, just want to thank all the board members for placing your trust and confidence in me to lead Bristol County Water Authority. I am tremendously honored to be selected as your new executive director, and I'm looking forward to this new chapter of my career.
You will find an interesting group of directors who may
Yeah,
make your life
Zoom
miserable.
in next month.
That may change come February or March, Alan. You never know.
You're right, you're right.
Well, just for my 2 cents, we've had a really good board, very understanding and very supportive of all the work we've been trying to do in the system and actually helping promote it for us as well. So I think you're in for a really good experience.
That's great.
Very good.
And
Any of
Steve, you're lucky. January 18th is a holiday, so you get the first day off.
Oh, how about that? See?
Any of the other directors have a comment they'd like to make?
Just
Just very welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to meeting each of you individually at some point, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Actually, Tom, you have your hand up.
I'm clapping.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you
We'd
ride
probably
the
do
East Bay
that if we were
bike,
in person.
Steve, if you ride the East Bay bike paths, just stop between Hope and Wood Street and Warren, and I'll come out and see you.
Okay. I
I
do that on
think,
occasion.
I think that we may be setting a record today. Unless there's any other business to be done, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Bill, second by Gina. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you all, and welcome, Steve, and thanks to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you all. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Stay
Nice.
safe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Be safe, everyone.
Stay dry.
Yes.